What's up, guys? We got one here from Insolent Audits, Why Men Are Walking Away from Modern Women. Let's get into it.
I cannot stress this enough. Men are not worth settling for in any circumstance, any way, shape, or form. It's not worth it. Like, we're so indoctrinated to believe that, like, we have to get married. We have to, like, aspire to, like, having a relationship, having a man in our lives. Like, the goal shouldn't be to get married. The goal should be to be happy. So if a man in your life is not making your life better, easier, happier, more enjoyable, like, there's no reason he should be in your life. At least when men settle for a partner, they get like a personal assistant, a house manager, a nanny, a chef, a therapist. What do women get when we settle for a man that treats us like less than the way that we want to be treated? We get emotionally, physically, mentally drained. It is not worth it. Once you get to the like mindset that like men are not worth settling for, that is when you get the good men, because they're the only ones that you'll accept.
You know, nobody's telling you what to do. You have the freedom of choice. Whatever you choose to do is what you choose to do. But here's the thing. Every choice that you make has a consequence. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. But what you're saying is men aren't worth settling for, and the irony is dripping like syrup on pancakes. You painted men as glorified handyman, nannies, therapists, chefs, and then you turn around and say women get emotionally drained by settling. Maybe the issue isn't settling for a man. Maybe it's the entitlement of expecting a custom-built emotional butler. Marriage isn't about a shopping list of perks. It's about partnership. But hey, keep holding out for that unicorn guy who magically appears once you hit the mindset. And by then, he's probably already dating someone who values teamwork over entitlement.
Let's stop calling the bare minimum efforts, because those two phrases do not go together. And by the way, I'm Laura. I'm here to guide you in healing and building a lasting relationship without feeling like you're settling for less. So hit like and follow for more. So bare minimum is just doing enough to keep the connection alive, but not enough to make it thrive. And here's the thing, bare minimum is confusing because it looks like something. It's not nothing. They text you back, they occasionally show up, maybe they even say all of the right things. But there's a huge difference between effort that feels intentional and effort that is just enough to keep you from walking in the other direction. It's like somebody playing a game without ever really fully committing to it. And the easiest way to spot it, look at patterns, not moments. Anyone can pull out all the stops once in a while, but true effort shows up in consistency, in thoughtfulness, and in the energy that they bring to the relationship. And if you're left constantly questioning their intentions or trying to interpret crumbs as a full meal, then you're dealing with the bare minimum. So let's stop glorifying scraps of attention as signs of potential. If someone wants to keep you in their life, they'll make it clear. And remember, don't follow their socials, follow mine instead. And head to the link in my bio if you want to dig into this a little bit deeper.
There's little nuggets of truth in there. Bare minimum effort. It's a phrase as vague as a horoscope. She's selling the idea that women are entitled to constant choreographed affection. Relationships aren't Disney musicals. They're built on mutual effort. Consistency? Yes. But if you're nitpicking someone for not showering you with endless grand gestures, then maybe the issue isn't the bare minimum, but it's your maximum expectations. And this whole patterns not moments spiel. Translation, if you're treating crumbs like a meal, maybe it's time to hit the grocery store of reality.
Let's go over what the bare minimum actually is. What I'm going to list are not things that you should be praised for doing in a relationship, friendship, anything like that. They are simply the bare minimum. Making you feel loved and cared for, whether that's a good morning text, a call at the end of the night, actually going out, going on dates, doing things together, that is literally the bare minimum. You should never be not feeling loved and appreciated in a relationship. Being in a relationship where the communication is clear and consistent is the bare minimum. You shouldn't have to worry or try to figure out for yourself why someone's mad at you, why they don't want to talk to you. When there is an issue that arises, the two of you being able to sit down and having a mature conversation about it is the bare minimum. Being loyal and respectful and never like raising a voice at you or getting super angry and being immature about it is the bare minimum. Definitely took me some time to realize this one, but being able to say sorry for something and like notice your faults and actually acknowledge, hey, you know what, I'm sorry I made you feel a certain way, or I'm sorry I did this to upset you, is the bare minimum. We should not be like on our hands and knees praising someone for being able to take accountability for their own actions. Someone genuinely wanting to spend time with you and saying, hey, you know what, like, let's hang out tonight, or I planned a little thing for us to do. That is not something like extraordinary. That, again, is the bare minimum. I think everyone just needs to take a step back and realize their worth and distinguish the difference between what is the bare minimum and what are things that are actually going above and beyond and should be recognized.
So we got another TED Talk on the bare minimum. I mean, so now good morning texts and basic communications are entry-level requirements. I mean, look, accountability and respect are essential, but why does these discussions always sound like one-way street? Women want emotional intelligence, thoughtfulness, and unwavering attention. But where's the talk about what men get in return? You know, a standing ovation for being loyal? Men want appreciation too. Relationships thrive on reciprocity and not checklists of demands. Let's stop turning common courtesy into a grand act of charity.
This girl at work said something to me the other day, and I can't get it out of my head. Heard a baby around her. I was like, oh God, that's free birth control for me. And she's like, oh, that makes me think of my little baby. And I was like, yeah, I'm too selfish. I don't want kids. I have a dog. That's enough for me. A couple days later, she's like, so you don't want kids, but you have a dog. Do you have a boyfriend or anything? And I was like, no, I've never had a boyfriend. She was like, how old are you? And I said, 27. She's like, and you've never had a boyfriend? And I never really cared. But there's something about her saying that it really hit me this time, because I've never been on even 2 dates with the same person. Even guys I've talked to or hooked up with, they'll slowly stop talking to me, and then I find out they have a girlfriend or they get into a new relationship a week later. And when I was younger and I didn't have a boyfriend or a girlfriend, I'd be like, it's because I'm fat. I used to weigh 320 pounds. I lost 160 pounds. It's not like I'm being hit up every day, every week, even every month with people in my DMs or messaging me on Snapchat trying to get with me. It's no one hits me up.
So no boyfriend at 27 and suddenly you're pondering life's mysteries. I mean, welcome to the club where reality smacks entitlement in the face. But losing 160 pounds, that's a huge congratulations. I mean, seriously, that's a huge feat. I mean, for anybody to do. So my hat's off to you for that. But relationships aren't vending machines. Being single doesn't mean you're broken. It just means you haven't found someone who clicks. And blaming guys for ghosting, maybe they sense the emotional baggage you're broadcasting louder than a foghorn. And so work on yourself, not for someone else, because the confidence trumps self-pity every day of the week. Pay attention to the people you're picking, because it seems like the guys that are grabbing are just pumping and dumping and using you as a side piece. It's
not even I'm being selective with who I'm picking and turning people away. It's just people aren't coming up to me, and I don't understand. Not I have an issue with people wanting to hook up with me, but if it tries to go a step further, they're absolutely not, no. I don't want to just hook up with random people that I don't know, so I'll tell people that I don't want to hook up with them until I know them, and then they're like, well, you're a prude. I'm I literally can't win. Why it's hitting me so hard this time is the fact that she had the audacity to ask by choice, and I just sit there and I'm like, no, it's not by choice. When I was younger, I was oh, it's because I'm fat. Oh, it's because I'm fat. Once I lose weight, I'll have no problem. And now that I'm not fat, I'm just what is it? What is the reason? So now I'm gonna finish my energy drink and hit the gym until I can't feel my emotions anymore. Maybe that's the reason.
So she's having the classic "why doesn't anybody want me" monologue. I think everybody's had it at one point or another in their life. But you don't want hookups, but you're balking at being called a prude. I mean, that's society's double-edged sword. Men get grilled for having standards, but when women face rejection, it's suddenly a cosmic injustice. And here's a thought. Maybe it's not your weight, your looks, or your rules. Maybe it's the aura of desperation that pushes people away. Hit the gym, crush that energy drink, but also work on your mindset. Attraction starts with how you see yourself. No one wants to sign up for a pity party. Anyways, guys, today we've seen the perfect snapshot of modern dating chaos. Cocktail of entitlement, insecurities, social dysfunction. Women are sold on empowerment, but end up chasing perfection while dismissing compromise. Men, on the other hand, are increasingly opting out, tired of being treated like emotional ATMs. The family unit's crumbling, fueled by a culture of instant gratification and social media validation. The elites are profiting from our loneliness, selling self-help courses and dating apps, while traditional values get tossed out like yesterday's trash. So what do? Start with accountability. Both men and women need to stop treating relationships like business transactions. Men, know your worth and stop chasing approval. Go to the gym, work on your body, your mind, your finances. Women, ditch the princess complex and focus on partnerships, not perfection. If you want respect, be worthy of it. We need less blame and more realism. It's that plain and simple. Anyways, guys, this is the end of the video here today. If you like what you've seen, hit that like button, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Drop me a comment down below on what you think. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.